guys, it's Ollie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So we're doing part 2 of reacting to my subscribers' enclosures. So we'll be looking at 6 enclosures today. I was gonna do 5. One of the people sent in 2, and I honestly just couldn't resist doing both of them. So we're doing 6 enclosures today. 2 of them are reptiles, and 3 of them are snail enclosures. So I'm going to do the reptiles first, and then the snails after. For a disclaimer for this video, I am in no means an expert. Always seek more than one opinions when you're trying to research an animal. I am just a hobbyist that takes what I learn and tells it to you guys. Alright, so first up is an enclosure by one of my friends, Layla Amons. Layla always surprises me with the best enclosures, so I'm really excited to see these. So Layla said that this tank belongs to a trio of mourning geckos. It's a 10-gallon turned vertical with a conversion kit with a substrate barrier of about 4 inches of bioactive substrate. The substrate has organic topsoil, play sand, eco-earth, sphagnum moss, and leaf litter. So she also did say what they're eating. I'm just going to be going over the enclosure though. I'm not trying to make this video too incredibly long, but I'm just going to take a look at it here. So honestly, it looks really, really good. I have never personally kept mourning geckos. I have looked into it though, but this looks really incredible. I like how you made your substrate mix. I think it's a really nice mixture. I like that they have some plants and things to climb on. The only things I would say is maybe have that food dish a little higher up. I know that they're arboreal and most arboreals do like eating higher up. Correct me if I'm wrong though, because again, I don't know a ton about mourning geckos. So maybe some more plants as well. I can't really see what plants you have in here. Maybe look into bromeliads though. Bromeliads? I don't know how to say it, but these. Look at those. Because I've heard that for crested geckos at least, they're amazing and they like to sleep in them. If you do that and they sleep in them, please send me pictures. But as far as the sizing and stuff and everything else, it looks fantastic. So Layla also sent in this one. This one houses juvenile, listen, I know what these are. I do not know how to pronounce it. Dendrobates tentorius azures? Maybe? The enclosure is fully bioactive. It is 18 by 18 by 24, which is pretty good for that. For those species. She has a DIY background made from spray foam, silicone, and substrate, as well as cork and plant pots. It looks good. It has 2-inch drainage layer with substrate barrier of the same substrate mix as the mourning geckos. Good plants thriving really well. You also mentioned that he has the isopods and the springtails as the cleanup crew. Alright, awesome. And I also did see your calciums and stuff, and that looks pretty good. Again, I'm not going to get into all that in the video, but I will tell you that it all looks pretty good. This enclosure looks top notch. That is so pretty. Oh, I bet they love that. I bet they thrive. Anyways, as I was saying, it looks amazing, Layla. The size is great for them. Oh, well, thank you, Layla, for your submissions. Those look great. Alright, and now we are moving on to Spiffy Scales over on Instagram. So this enclosure belongs to Spiffy Scales Emerald Tree Skink. Right now she just has a female in it because she was bullying the male. That tracks. She is in a 24 by 24 by 18 Exoterra, which is a pretty good size for this species. It is live planted bioactive with a basking bulb, UVB bulb, and plant LED light. I love how many bioactives I'm seeing so far. I know that I'm only 2 in, but I love that. The reptiles and amphibians I got were bioactive. She actually did send in a video of kind of an overview of it, so I'm going to show that here because I feel like it needs appreciated. And honestly, it looks, I know I'm going to keep saying that it looks amazing, but you guys sent in some really good enclosures. You guys have some great ones. This is really nice looking. I really do enjoy it. I think that there's a lot of coverage there. There's a lot of things to explore, a lot of enrichment. I don't know that I have much to say about this in terms of changing anything. I think that you're pretty set with that. Alright, now on to the snails, which I'm sure is what most of you were looking for. So up first, we have Breaker over on Instagram. This is Cinnamon Bun's enclosure. He is a Helix aspersa. and is the only one currently living in the tank, but hopefully getting a friend soon. The enclosure is 5 gallons, and he has some plants in there. There's a plastic pot hide as well, some cuttle bone, humidity and tip gauge with cocoa core as the substrate. Okay, so I really like the incorporation of the live plants, and I like the flower pot thing because like that's one of my favorite little hacks to do. It's like such a soft plastic that it works, you know? So like I love that I'm seeing so many people use that. Makes me very happy. That cuttle bone looks really fresh and like really nice. The only thing I would say is that maybe your temp and humidity gauge there, maybe get a digital one. They're not too expensive on Amazon, but the dial ones have a history of not being very accurate. Also, since they're sticky on the back, it's possible that some of that adhesive can come off, kind of making it come off of the wall, and your snail can potentially get caught on that. It works temporarily. I would definitely look into getting a digital one. You can find them on Amazon. Just type in like digital thermometer / hydrometer and they should pop up. You can get like a pack of like 20 of them for pretty cheap. Maybe also give them some like climbing opportunity, but obviously that's just a preference. You don't have to do that. So I would just look into that. Other than that though, everything looks really good. For just one little Helix Aspersa, this looks great. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it looks really good though. It looks like he is living a very spoiled snail life. Moving on to Sarah over on Instagram. So I'm just gonna start off by saying that I like how you call it a snailless. I'm gonna start using that. I like that. It is an 18 by 18 by 18-ish old Exoterra. There are 3 cornoaspersums living here, some springtails, some isopods, no heater as the room and tank stay around 70 degrees, has a light for viewing, over half of the mesh panel is covered in clear plastic laminate, and it stays around 70% humidity. I actually I like this enclosure a lot. I like that you covered up some of the screen for humidity purposes. I had to do the same thing with mine. It seems like a pretty cozy little home. They have some places to hide, there's some greenery in there. The only thing I would be cautious of is that the background I see is like one of the Exoterra backgrounds. I've heard, I have no experience with this happening, I took mine out just to be safe, but I heard from some snail keepers that they will try to eat at that background. I don't know if that's for 100% sure, but it might be worth looking into. Yeah, it looks like your cornoaspersums are living a very lovely life in their little snailless, and I really like it. I mean, there's not really too much else to say. It's very pretty. The temps and humidity all seem to be fantastic, just phenomenal. They have places to hide. I really like that. Thank you so much for your submission. That's so cute. Alright, so the next one is from Roman. Roman keeps 2 very spoiled giant African land snail babies in a 20-gallon long tank. They are, forgive me, I am so bad with names. They are Achatina folica. Roman uses cocoa core and sphagnum moss as a substrate. They have multiple pieces of wood that allow for exploring. They also keep isopods and springtails in the tank. They're planning to get some live plants soon to add hides and enrichment to the enclosure. Now, I'm going to say this right off the bat. I obviously have never kept giant African land snails. I've only kept garden snails. I live in the US. It's illegal for me to have giant African land snails. If it wasn't illegal, could you imagine the possibilities? So I'm going to tell you the best I can with what I do know. But from what I do see, this looks very nice. This is very aesthetically pleasing, and it looks like they have a good amount of room to roam. Again, I don't know how big they are. I don't know the requirement size. Oh no, I see one. So I see one over there. I assume you probably have an upgrade planned for when they get bigger, because I'm sure that them being babies, a 20-gallon probably won't last them very long. But yeah, I think that once you add that moss in there, it'll look fantastic. I think that this looks pretty good as it is currently, and I think that adding in that will really help. I also see that you do have some good, nice looking cuttle bone in there. I do see that you have a really nice, clean piece of cuttle bone in there, as well as some veg for them. I also love how they have such climbing enrichments, and it looks good. And I think that it'll look fantastic once you get the moss and the green, like the greenery in there. I think that you're on the right track for sure. Alright, well, that's pretty much it for today's video. Let me know if you want a part 3 to this. Thank you everyone for your submissions. Don't forget to give this video a like for the algorithm, comment down below. and subscribe to this channel for this kind of content, or really any animal kind of content. I upload every single Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but you can hit the bell if you don't want to remember that. And as always, I will see you guys next week. Bye!